And I started pulling different things that I want to experience, right? Because that was ultimately, if we going back to the inception, like I saw a space where I felt like I needed help or I needed, an outlet, and it wasn't one. And I was like, okay, well, bet, create it. And so that's literally like I started pulling.
That's how I think.
Yeah, panels, ciphers, freaking network events, like all the things that I want to do. I'm pulling from different points in my life where I feel like I needed that, and not just on a general standpoint of like, let's do an event. No, an intentional event, something that speaks specifically to a creative or entrepreneur, right? Somebody who is actually pushing something and it has nothing to do with like corporate, has nothing to do with like, but if that's your thing, if that's what makes your purpose lit, then for sure.
Yeah,
big shot, big production. Like, listen, I'm just here.
All right, man. Boom. Mic check 1 2. We are back. Welcome to the Lost in the Sauce podcast. I'm your host, Sauce. You dig? Thank y'all for all the listeners, all the subscribers. Man, make sure y'all like the videos, comment down below. Appreciate everybody that has been tapping in so far. Shout out to Press Man Coverage. Shout out to the crew. Man, we got some special stuff on the way. As far as we like Press Man and then Lost in the Sauce as well. 2026 is special. We here. We back in the first quarter. You dig? And we running it up. You know what I mean? So we hitting the ground running. We not running from the work. You dig? So appreciate all the support up until this point. Make sure y'all check out the descriptions, everything down up under there. Anybody that I have on the show, if you want to get connected with them or get connected with what we got going on, hit that link up under. Apple, Spotify, Google Play. Y'all know the drill. Yes. Today, we got a special one today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This woman here is a real gem in the city. You know what I mean? Here in Nashville, what she does with her endeavors and everything that she is inspired by, she has created safe spaces for artists, creatives, and everyday individuals to all connect in one. Everything that she does amongst the community is impactful. She's a music lover, a mother, a friend. She does it, man. So it's an honor to have her up here. And on top of that, she got on my top. You know what I'm saying? It was about that time to bring her on the show.
Just a little bit.
You know?
Just a little bit, man.
It was about that time to bring her on the show. And yeah, man, she's earned it. She's been going crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome Miss Bonna on the show. You dig what I'm saying? Yes.
Thank you.
How are you? Yes, you were here.
Oh, I'm here.
You here?
And I made it. I might be doing something with myself.
Hey.
I'm proud, but I'm super honored. I've just been growing, healing, evolving.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You look amazing.
thank you.
How are you? How's the mental health?
Healing,
Yes.
growing, evolving, for sure. It's so funny because I'm a mental health advocate. So,
Yes.
you speak to mental health, you got me. We locked in. I put my mental health first, for sure. And I've had to be really selfish in this season. Like, put myself first. And, it's caused some rifts in my life, but it's also, like, put me in a position to where I can really see things clearly. And I'm able to easily identify, like, where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
So, mental health is a constant, peaks and valleys. But we're on the up and up, for sure.
Before we get into, like, how you've created your business and everything like that, what do you do on the daily? Like, we all deal with mental health, of course. Like, and life is going to throw you curveballs. It's going to be peaks and valleys. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that has stuck with you in this mental health journey that you've implemented, that's some of your core things that you do to, like, either reground or reset or refresh your day, I guess?
Yeah, so I'm really big on, like, energy, spirituality. Not that I'm one way, because I'm so many different things. So some things speak to me differently in certain seasons. So as far as like a reset or a grounding method that I've adapted is high frequency music, for sure. High frequency music. And most of the high frequency music that I listen to does not have words, right? It's literally all energy music. And I'm really big on like scents. So whether I smudge my space or I light a candle, something has to like shift the energy in the space. And meditation. Meditation saved my life. Do I do it every day? No. Ideally, yes. But no, because I'm a human, right?
Yes.
And I'm not perfect. But on a routine basis, if I'm not, because I like to say meditation is not one thing, right? It's not sitting still, humming, whatever. It's just stillness, oneness. And so if I have that moment to myself, technically I am meditating every day.
Yes.
In that space. But like intentionally meditating, no. But it's more so just like I go within, I journal, you know, I tap into my music or whatever, I dance. Even if I'm at home in the mirror, you know, by myself, I dance. Because I don't think a lot of people realize, like, I don't know if it's specifically women, but like we carry emotions in our hips. And so like dancing releases that energy in it, you know. Clears that energy.
Do they? Niggas ain't got
I don't know. That's why I was like, I mean, when we're talking about like the chakras.
I'm messing with you.
Yes,
I'm messing with
but
you.
like, I don't know if niggas is out here throwing their hips. Like, I don't know. But there's another way that, listen.
All right, look.
Don't judge me if you throwing your hips.
I know.
Okay? Like, I ain't judging.
I just wanted to mess with you.
I know. But yeah. No, I definitely dance. If you know me, you know. I love shaking my ass. That's just, listen, that's just it. And I'm going to be honest about it. And I'm liberated in that way so I can speak to it. I don't care. Like, judge me. Whatever.
I don't think nobody judging you.
I don't think so.
You're pretty solid. I think your face card is nice around the
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm pretty good. But yeah, that's working out.
All right.
Let's go ahead and looking at all the cameras.
Yeah, I know.
Working out. Period. That is, that's it.
How has that been for you within this journey now? So, like, I mean, we got so many things to touch on, you know, as far as with, like, the brand Purpose Lit, the ciphers, your love for music, hip-hop, and R&B, and all the other things that make you up in between, right? For sure. But you've recently been, like, on the health journey and doing your thing in that.
Shout out to the lab.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
It's my home. For sure.
Talk to me about that. Like, where did the shift start and how has that affected, I don't want to say affected, but how has that impacted you from that place moving forward? Since you've made the commitment decision to do that.
Are we going to talk about it? I mean, we can really talk about it. It very spiritual. Very spiritual. So my son is about to be 4.
Yes.
So as a new mom, I try to avoid postpartum depression. I think that we all want to avoid postpartum depression, but I didn't have the support in that way to where I was backed, right? And so the first time that I realized, like, okay, I am 1 year postpartum at this point, and I had some very negative energy around me, and it was just like, why haven't I lost weight yet? And I'm like, bro, just pushed a whole human out, been breastfeeding for a whole year. Like, I was not thinking about, like, losing weight. I was not even, listen, I was trying to keep a human alive.
Yes.
Like, I came second. Like, I spent the whole first year of my son's life, like, I did not leave him. Like, I may have had a babysitter for a couple of hours, but, like, my niece, and, like, I could get to her within, 10, 15 minutes. Like, she wasn't far, right? Spending the night away from my son did not happen until he was, like, 18 months, right? Yeah. So just to kind of bring that to, the whole point.
And the kids itself can just shock your world. Like, what all that comes with them.
Absolutely. Like, everything. Like, as a first-time mom, I just did not know what to expect. And so before, and if I go back, before I had my son, I was always pretty active. Like, I wasn't consistently in the gym, but I've always, like, known how important it was to work out. So I've always implemented active, like, whether I was walking, whether I was doing some sort of yoga, some form of working out. Like, I had a pretty consistent yoga schedule, but it wasn't like working out, like, consistently. I always ate pretty healthy, but, just not really whatever. So fast forward about 2 years on my postpartum journey, and I got really fed up. I just got sick of my own shit at that point. Me and my son's dad had split, and it was just like everything came crashing down. And it wasn't crashing in a negative space, but it was just more so like reality hit. Like, oh, okay, I need to like lock in and like get myself together. And it was more so a mental thing. I don't even think it was necessarily me wanting to lose weight or get active. It was just an outlet for me because I was like, I need to move this energy. I had a lot of grief. I had a lot of it was a lot, right? And I can talk about that. That's a whole nother story. But I had a lot of energy that I was unaware of what to do. And I reached out to my trainer, shout out to Harold, and I tried, right? I attempted, but where I lived, it was impossible for me to make it happen. Like, I was an hour away from the gym. And with having my son, like, I could have made it work, but it was just so, like, I just couldn't stay consistent if I'm being transparent. And then fast forward to last November, so many pieces to this puzzle, but in July, I moved to Smyrna. My gym is in Antioch. And I was living in Bellevue at first.
Oh,
so I went from Bellevue to Smyrna, and I thought, oh my God, I'm moving to Smyrna. It's so far. What is, And then I was like, wait, I'm close to the gym now. And then like, I'm telling you, people be like, how did you stay consistent? I've literally not stopped. Like, from that day in November that I started, I submitted to the process. Like, I was locked in ever since. And again, it was more so like a mental thing where I was just like wanting to just work through some emotions that I wasn't really even aware of. But I was just like, I knew I wanted to have a healthy gym life. Yeah. Like, I wanted to be fit. I wanted to be active. I have a metal rod in my right hip. It's been in my hip since I was 10. So I've always been conscious of like, let's stay active because the doctors want to tell me like I'm gonna have to have hip replacement surgery. It may travel down to my knee. Like, basically, I'm gonna have to have some sort of assistance as I get older, unless I stay active. So that's always on my mind. I'm like, no, I got to get in the gym. I got to get healthy. And so in November, when I realized like how close I was, like, it took me a minute, obviously from July to November, because that was a huge like transition for me to move and whole bunch of stuff that come with that. But yeah, so in November, when I locked in, within like the first month, I realized how drastic my life had changed. I stopped drinking in December of last year. And let me preface this. I stopped drinking. This is a personal decision because I went to the gym one morning after drinking the night before. And I realized, I said, this ain't the life I want to live. And because it had such a negative impact on my fitness, I said, why am I about to sacrifice how I work out and like how I feel in the gym over some alcohol? And then I realized, I was like, it's not worth it. All right. So do I still drink? Yes. But on a day-to-day, like weeks at a time, I could probably drink once every 3 months and I'm perfectly fine with that. And I mean, drink is in like one drink, and then one shot, I'm cool. Like, I don't have to have alcohol, but that's what drastically shifted my fitness journey is when I stopped drinking in December. So from December to and let me just say January, because it was like literally the last day of December, or like the second to the last day. So from January to let's say July, I lost 60 pounds.
Wow, come on now. Hold on.
So,
let's get a round of applause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's hard.
So when I saw, and I give it up to obviously my consistency, but mostly my alcohol intake. Because like, was I ever a hard drinker? No, but alcohol, you cannot lose weight or burn fat with alcohol in your system, I believe, for up to 72 hours. And when you think about like on a average, if somebody drinking like twice a week, how many days do you have to burn fat, right? So once I realized that, I was like, I'm locked in. And again, it wasn't never about the weight, but like the physical change, it impacted my mental health. And I was like, I'm never not working out. Yeah. Like, I'm never not working out. I see how I feel. I see how like I'm not sluggish. I have more energy. Like, it's just the whole, like, everything. Yeah.
I love that.
So I'm locked in.
I love that. Making that commitment and just being dedicated at something. And the people that has known you for some time now, we watch you just do it consistently, day by day. And it's been inspiring to watch. You know what I mean? To say the least. Yeah. And it's just dope. It's dope.
I think
it's dope to see. Like, you look great.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I've never been like, this might go left, but I've never been like a physically like vain person or like overly confident. Like, I've always, okay, got a nice face. Like, I'm cool. Like, you know, I've never really just been like, oh my God, I'm just like everything. I got all the things like, oh my God. No, never been that person. But like with my fitness journey, because like where I'm at right now, I'm pre-baby weight. Like, I'm literally where I was at before I had my son, before I even got pregnant. So that's like, tight. I'm close to like high school weight. And that's big for me because like, what?
Wow.
That's a drastic weight difference. Just with life. Like, cause I was just sitting around, like I've worked at desk jobs all my life. So not really ever just being fully active. And so once I realized like how much that shifted for me and like how it impacted other people around me. And not that like I unintentionally motivate other people. Right. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like if you're inspired by me working out, like, okay, I'm gonna just keep showing up. Like, what? I have so many. This is no shade to the people that be in my DMs, right? Or like texting me, but like, oh my God, I want to come work out. Oh my God, like I see your journey. I see it's beautiful. Like you inspire me. And I don't hear from them again. Or like I invite them, like I tell them to come to the gym and I'm like, pull up. Oh, that's too far. And I'm just like, I ain't even gonna lie. One of my homegirls, she came from Hendersonville. She was consistent for a little minute. She fell off. No shade to her. Life happened, right? It wasn't even because she didn't want to commit. She just had some, you know, life things. But I'm like, if you can come from Hendersonville to Antioch to work out.
That's hard.
Yeah. You solid. But yeah, like, I think that's what, if you had to put it in a, like, what motivates me to keep going or what, like, keeps me locked in, I think me inspiring other people is what keeps me focused. If I'm being real, because, like, I've never been, like I said, I've never been an outwardly vain person, but, like, the confidence that I'm getting based on like how other people are pouring into me and like how I'm inspiring them, it's like, oh, honestly, I think like I've now just recently really just saw myself for real. Yeah. So I'm like, I look at myself differently. I look in the mirror differently. And it's not just a physical. It's like an internal, like, this has changed me in so many different ways. It's like, I can't even look at myself the same.
You're doing the work and you displaying discipline. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. So it's a whole like, mind, body, soul, like it's really that.
That's tight. Sure. That's tight.
Yeah.
I want to say, and you could tell me if you remember, like our first encounter, right? This was a long time ago.
I was just
it was a good minute.
Talk about memory loss and grief and depression. I ain't gonna lie. I probably don't remember. I know I fucked with you. I know from the first day I fucked with you, but I can't. So.
It's
refresh my memory.
It's been a while now. If I'm not mistaken, we may have met in another spot before, but the first time I can vividly remember it was at 100 and Taylor.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
One of Sinclair's events.
I believe that.
You know, you came up and showed love, and you know we chopped it up, and from that point on, once I recognized what you had going on, and you was recognizing what I had going on, it was just like this. It was a smooth connection, and I started checking out what you had going on, and like with the ciphers and Purpose Lit, and you know, I want you to give me the backstory of Purpose Lit, but like, when did like your love for music and creating the ciphers around mental health, and like, how'd you come up with that whole concept to help, I guess in a sense, point back to like the brand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so funny that you asked that, because like we've discussed off camera, I'm very intentional about everything that I do. Like I've always had a love for music. I've been writing music since I was 14. And it started from poetry, because poetry and music, same thing. But I started writing poetry at a very young age, and like it's so funny because me and my best friend from middle school, we literally wrote a song for our middle school, like a middle school anthem. And it was so funny because we like recorded it, and it was like a whole big thing. We performed it in front of the school. It was a big thing. And I always thought like, oh, I'm going to be this famous singer, actress, like all of the things. No. But again, that's where it started. And I think just throughout life, as I was exploring my mental health and just, you know, just navigating who I am as a creative, when I first started Purpose Lit, it was a blog. Purpose Lit was a blog for inspirational purposes, motivational purposes. But, and I like to thank my son for this, because as I was pregnant, or like right before I got pregnant, actually, if I'm being honest, I started thinking of ciphers. But the way that I connected them did not happen until after I had my son or while I was pregnant. So I had been thinking about like, I want to do ciphers, right? I'm like, I love music. I have a platform for creatives. Let's just explore that. And then when it tied back to mental health, for me, it was a way to bridge the gap because a lot of people write or let me not. There aren't a lot of like positive inspiration that comes from like words when people write music, right? Like I'm very big on words and affirmations and what we recite when we're listening to people, like what you actually listening to, you know? And I just knew I knew so many talented, dope artists who actually gave a fuck about what they were saying.
Yes.
And I was like, well, and not conscious rap, right? Like, because I fuck with conscious rap, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people who have a message, whether it is party music or fun music, it's positive and it's inspirational. And so I was like, okay, what better way for me to like bridge my love for music and like mental health and not, because there's so many dynamics and elements of mental health, but just bridging the gap between music and mental health in a way to where it brings people back down to like, I'm thinking about what I'm listening to.
Yes.
This is fun. This is dope. Like it's lit, but also like they talking about something. You know what I mean? Because like if you know, if I've ever asked you to be on a cipher or if you've ever asked me to be on a cipher, my whole like message is as long as you're talking about something positive and motivational and it ties to your journey specifically, it does not have to feel like this is the most positive, like, you know, we for the people, we for the mental health. It doesn't have to be that, but if it's your story, run it. Yeah. Because that's how someone else is going to be able to connect with what that means for you. And it's going to also tie them back to their mental health and being intentional and feeling inspired and, you know, all of the things. So that's where that came from. And I'm going to be honest, like that starting the ciphers, when I jumped back in, it literally skyrocketed. It skyrocketed my brand in a way to where it gave, not that I didn't feel like my brand had meaning. Obviously, I wouldn't have started it, but it put the battery in my back to where I was like, oh, now I have a whole different outlook on what this is supposed to be.
Yes.
Changed the complete trajectory of what I was doing purposely. Like, man, the ciphers really put me in a different space and a different energy. And I'm so grateful.
Let me ask you this. So, and I love the ciphers, and we've had times where, you know, I've you know, hit you like, hey, tap in with this artist or tap in with that artist, like, you know, I mean, shout out to Gnarly, you know, I said,
oh my
God,
I
told Gnarly to go in there and handle business, you know what I'm saying?
So, I love you, Gnarly. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for that connection. I can't even hold you. I'm so grateful. And he was just like, dang, you didn't want to have me on? And I was like, no, I just didn't know you. If I'm being honest, now I know you, and yeah, really that. For sure. Like, he's a star, for sure.
For
I love that. Thank you for that.
You know, and it's just people like that that help build it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I kind of want to speak on, you know, before we go back to, like, you know, the inception of, like, purposely and building it up to this point. Yeah. Another, like, dope highlight that I got to witness was recently when you did Defining the Sound. And I don't know if the ciphers inspired that idea or if it played some type of part into that, but I just think it was just an amazing concept. And it was dope to like witness, you know, the
Shout
artists.
Shout out to you for actually being a part of that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
It's so funny though, because even just now to this exact moment when you just asked that question, I never related the ciphers to Define the Sound. Never. Like even just up until this moment is when I'm like, oh, I did do that. Yeah. But no, like, so when I decided to do Define the Sound, it originally was going to be a live jam session, and it was just that.
Wow.
Like, I was like, I want to host a live jam session because I love music, right? And again, my brand is for creators and entrepreneurs and all, you know, like-minded, purpose-driven people. So I'm like, let's do a live jam session. Have fun. I got introduced to Nashville Design Week last year. I went to a few events, and shout out to Brianna Hawkins because she put me on. Like, she had an event.
She's dope.
So dope.
She's dope.
She's
another gem, too.
I was about to say a whole nother story, whole nother, like, I could speak to that. She took my brand from my brain out of my mouth and like did some sort of beautiful thing and like made it make sense. And I've never seen anybody do that. And we can talk about that. But she hosted an event last year and I went and I was like, okay, Nashville Design Week, this is dope. I don't really know what it is, but like, let me just tap in. Fast forward to the beginning of this year. They were like, oh, we're opening up the pitch, like for other people to like pitch their events. Yes. And so I had a completely different idea. Like if I tell you the idea, you would be trying to figure out how the hell I got to find the sound out of it. But it was a completely different idea. Didn't even have anything to do with music.
Wow.
But it's so funny because Brianna hosted a actual like event to where it was like a pitch event. Like, let's get your event on Nashville Design Week. Man, shout out to her. She so amazing. But yeah, so she had an event to where we actually sat down and like it was kind of like networking, but more so like workshop vibe. To like I told them what I was thinking of doing, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, that's dope." And then I was like, "But I actually want to do," and I was like, "I want to do a live jam session, right?" And then they was like, "Okay." Okay, elaborate on that. And I'm like, I want to do a live jam session, but I was like, but maybe like I can have the artist explain what it is to make a song, like what it means to make a song. And then I was like, if we're defining something, we can define how music is created. Like I love music and the creation of how it's done. I'm like, what? And then I thought about like bringing the actual live element of like the producers creating the music on site, because it's like, as a creative and as a admirer of music, I get to see like, oh, they creating the beat, they writing the lyrics, then they seeing how it flow, all the artists working together, then they go in and record it. To me, and that's just how my brain worked, I thought that shit was phenomenal. I ain't gonna hold you, but I did not think it would have gotten chosen for Define the Sound, because that's a different type of, if we talking about culture, it was just different. And I just didn't know if they were going to accept it. So when I did it, it was kind of like, all right, this is my pitch. And I was like, I just threw some slides together. I ain't gonna lie, I'm very creative, but I just threw some slides together and I was just like, let's see. I'm gonna leave it up to God. And they were like, we'd love to do, and I was like, what? Okay, because I was gonna do it anyway, right? Yeah. But when they accepted it, I was like, hold on. It took me so long, y'all. It took me so long to figure out like they actually accepted the event. Yeah. And I was like, oh, so now I gotta actually plan it. Yeah, now I'm on the clock. Wait. I was like, wait a minute, because now like it put some pressure up under my ass, and I was appreciative of the pressure, but it was just so like, it was a beautiful process, if I'm being honest. But I had no correlation with the ciphers and Define the Sound. But Define the Sound has been birthed, and we are doing more. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's not just a one-time event. It had never been done before. And if anybody tell you it's been done, they lying, because it has never been done before. So I'm super grateful that I was able to create something like that, because it's meaningful to me. And even the artists that were a part, shout out to all of the artists, because they were so on board with it being a first time event. Yes. They weren't, and I don't know if they fully trusted me for real, but they trusted the process and did it anyway. I couldn't have asked for a better set of people. Like, they carried the event and made it happen to where I just sat back and I was just like, it was like watching your kid at a recital and you just like, you're doing so good. Yeah. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm grateful.
Yeah. So. It was super tight.
Thank you.
It was dope to kind of witness, and then, you know, having relationships with a bunch of those artists that was up there. It was just dope to watch them like do their thing of how I've seen them always.
I was about to say, kind of get in, pick their brain, and like not physically pick their brain, because we're not talking to them one-on-one, but just seeing how they works.
Create and how they do.
Because everybody has their own, own method of madness, and I love it, and that was the whole point. Yeah, like to just showcase what that looks like for each artist, how it felt to them, what was important to them, you know, all of the things. So yes, thank you.
I was gonna ask you about the inception of Purpose Lit, but I think I like the new Purpose Lit and like the rebrand of it, right? So I want you kind of hone in on that, okay? Because I think we get the gist of, you know, mental health advocacy, creating safe spaces for artists, and building that up to these points. Oh, well, because you were doing like gatherings and like talks and stuff like that. You know, you're still doing that too.
For sure. That's very important to me.
Yes. But now with like, I guess in a sense, like adding new flavors and new ingredients into this. Talk about like the rebrand of Purpose Lit and Like, what do you envision for it?
Okay, well, okay. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you what I got. I'm gonna give you what I got because I feel like that's important, and I appreciate you for even asking that because I think when you building something, you building and your head is down. A lot of people don't really see what's going on.
I'm doing that with mine.
So the building process is so intentional. Mm-hmm. It's so intentional and it's delicate. It's so so 100%. Fragile. And I think it took for me to lose everything. Everything. All of whatever I thought was about to happen with Purposely, it took for my personal life to go to shit. And then it was like having a child and then my life go to shit, and respectfully, not like I live a really great life. It's how life though they blows. Yeah. You have to get up and regroup. It's a lot of grief, a lot of transitional things. But once I had my son and like I saw the shift in me, I was like, yo, I gotta do something different. Right. And if I really want to leave a legacy, how am I about to do that? Like what is actually important to me? And mental health advocacy is super important, but also creativity, entrepreneurship, motivation, all of that stuff. It just ties into what I believe in and what I really feel is going to like push the collective forward. Yeah. And so after I started the ciphers and I realized like what I had for real, like, cause the rebrand didn't even start with the ciphers. If I'm being honest, the rebrand, if I ain't even gonna hold you. It just kind of was a cluster of like all different life experiences, putting Purpose Lit in a different type of position. Ooh. Yeah. So, I'm gonna always like pay homage to my brother, Black Brilliance. He passed away June 20th or June 19th of 2024. Condolences. And man, he was like my soul brother, like my spiritual brother, like my creative boxing partner. Like if I had an idea, we had very similar brands. If I had an idea about something, he would be like, "What? Where the fuck did that come from? And why are you not doing it?" Like I'll be just sitting on it or whatever. And like I started to share more about my brand with him, and I think just the sparring of like our ideas really just put me in a different space of like, what am I doing? Like, how am I really building this thing? And who is my target audience? What is the purpose? Like, it took me through the ringer, like for sure. But before his passing, he created me this beautiful promo video. It was just super short, super simple. He was just getting into that and like tapping into that space. And I chose to break down the acronym LIT. I wanted to basically change what people think of when they hear lit, right? Because obviously you think, oh, it's lit, we finna turn up, it's fire, right? Because that's kind of like that's what equates in your mind, like when you hear lit. But I was like, well, how can we take lit further than just like fire and like, oh, it's cool, right? So then I was talking to him and we broke down liberated in truth. And so it's like your purpose is liberated in truth and you're showing up authentically and it's lit. So it's like, just because you're locked in whatever that means for you, your purpose, it doesn't have to look one way. And then people think like if they're locked in, it's kind of like their head down, their focus is boring. They can't really do like, and maybe not, but I think that when people think about like locking in and being focused, it's boring or it's one way or it's black and white. But it's like there's so much beauty in like the journey and the process and like what it means to fully live in your truth. And like, for me, the liberation part of that came from like all of my personal experiences in life. And so I saw how I was becoming more liberated and authentically being me and showing up. And like I said, I was never really like the forward, like confident person. And so when I tapped back inward and I realized where the confidence came from, I was like, oh, we putting that in purposely, like easy. Right. And so in short, that's where the rebrand came from. And I started pulling different things that I want to experience, right? Because that was ultimately, if we going back to the inception, like I saw a space where I felt like I needed help or I needed, an outlet and it wasn't one. And I was like, okay, well, bet, create it. And so that's literally like I start pulling.
That's how I think.
Yeah, panels, ciphers, freaking network events, like all the things that I want to do. I'm like, I'm pulling from different points in my life where I feel like I needed that, and not just on a general standpoint of like, let's do an event. No, an intentional event, something that speaks specifically to a creative or entrepreneur, right? Somebody who is actually pushing something and it has nothing to do with like corporate, has nothing to do with like, but if that's your thing, if that's what makes your purpose lit, then for sure, right? But I really wanted to specifically speak to creatives and people who are multifaceted, because again, we get locked in and it's just that one way, and it's like, no, like it could be all of those things. They could be beautiful, and then it can also still be intentional.
Yes.
To be intentional, you can lock in, and
tight. For sure. Tight.
Okay. I get into a different vibe when I start like I'm a whole nother person when I start talking about my baby. Like I love my baby. Yes. Oh God.
Now, I know we ain't got much time. I know you got going a little bit. Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna just throw off a couple of words and stuff, and you just tell me what come to your mind, or if you want to elaborate on it, you can, or if you whatever come to your mind, right? Okay,
let's go.
Let's start with motherhood. Yeah.
It's so funny because I literally was just talking to Brittany and I was just like, unknown. Like you as a mother and parents in general, but we talking about motherhood, you walk into the unknown with parenthood. But with motherhood, most mothers don't get the choice. We don't get the choice to do anything outside of be present for our child. And I think that is lost a lot because most people don't realize the sacrifices that the woman actually has to make.
I'll make a lot.
And that's not taken, I don't think it's taken seriously for a lot of people.
It's not.
So, and I'm sorry to go long-winded, but for me, motherhood is just like showing up, being the best version of myself that I can be so that I can give my son, future children, right? My son and future children, the world. Like I want them to have the best life that I can provide, whatever Most High equips me with, because we're guides. We're just guides, and I'm blessed to be chosen by my son, but my future children as well. Like I want to just be a guide for them. And so motherhood for me, just having that armor and walking with pride and knowing like I'm guiding this human through this life experience that's so freaking, you literally have no idea what's about to happen. And you got to walk with the confidence and knowing like you building this life for this human and yourself so that y'all can have the best life experience. So,
yes. Yeah. That's tight right there. For sure. I like that.
I be trying. I be doing a little something.
Be spitting, huh? Spitting. Dating. Yep.
What are we talking about? Like, oh my God. All right, here we go.
Miss Bonna is outside.
I'm not outside. Okay.
Outside? Okay, well, you inside. You know what I'm saying?
This is so funny. What is happening? Okay.
I gotta ask.
Tell
the people want to know.
Caught off guard. Okay.
The people want to know.
I'm single.
Okay.
I'm sufficient, right? But I'm single, right? Because people think that like I'm not lonely. You know what I mean? I would love to date. I'm not dating anyone right now.
Is that tough? I don't know. I'm inside.
I know, and you married, and I love that because at the end of the day, that is my goal. Like I want to be married. I want to be the housewife. I want to be the nurturer. Like I want to be all these. I'm a lover girl. Oh, I'm a lover girl. So talk about dating and being like not having anybody to date. That is crazy to me. But I'm standing. I'm staying grounded and staying focused, and I'm focusing on myself so that ultimately, when that person presents himself, I'm ready. Right. But for me, dating is an exploration of like myself and like understanding what I actually want to mirror me, and vice versa, because I think that obviously the men, that are out here are choosing someone that they want to see by their side and, who they want to reflect, their program. Right. Yep. And so for me, dating is interesting right now because I'm not dating anyone, but I would love to actually explore that. I want to be married. I want to have more kids and all of the things, but Bonna Bae is single and not dating anybody. So,
okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to just be transparent. I was literally dating a couple of people and my birthday was the 11th. I literally had, a few happy birthday text messages, and I'm going to be, look, whatever camera I need to look at. I ain't heard from nobody since my birthday. Literally everybody just, and guess what? I ain't mad. not mad because I feel like I was asking for God to really order my steps and like put me in the space where I needed to be, and not a physical space, but just like everything, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, to where like I know I need more. I got more work to do. And so it's like, if these people that are, because they weren't serious. So it's like, if these people are not.
You could tell that?
Huh?
You could tell that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was more so like entertainment, like information, right? Collecting data.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, learn and grow, because we need people to grow. Yeah. And a lot of people miss that. Like, the shadow work is cool. Being alone is cool. You need it. It's very, very necessary for your growth. But you have to mirror someone to see, because you're not going to really realize if you have a trigger if nothing is triggering you. Yeah. Right. So you have to be in constant relation with people, whether that's platonic or, romantic. So yeah, I knew they were not serious, but I also wasn't mad either. It was just more so like, this is information. Cool. Like, I'm not tripping. Because clearly you see the journey. Like, I'm literally just focused on the process. I'm taking care of my son. So much shit has been happening in my life where I really technically don't for real need to be focused on, that. But I just feel like the right person will come, and whether I'm going through whatever I'm going through, it's going to enhance my life and we'll be good. But I'm not dating anybody right now. Okay. In short. Okay. To say all of that to say, I'm not dating anyone.
Okay.
Sips tea.
That was a tough one. I had to ask though. I know
you did. I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah,
but I mean, hey, here we are. Just throw me in the goddamn throw me in the fire. I can take it.
Yeah, you handled it pretty well. You got in there. You swam. Swam.
I ain't no weak bitch.
Nah, not at all. You handle your shit like a G. My nigga.
I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. Cause he on the way.
Okay. Now, hold on. Let's dive in there. Just a little bit. How much time we got? We got a few minutes.
I think we can. We straight. I'm gonna do a check in real quick.
Give me a few. All right, hold on. We'll wait then.
What are we talking about? But what's so funny is, okay, we can get back into it. I'll just wait on her to respond. But like, surprisingly, I am a lover girl, so it's like I knew that like that's always going to be a conversation. I feel like any type of conversation always gets back to relationships and like dating and all of that.
You seem like a nice girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like to think so. I like to think so.
What's something people don't know about you? And I want to know what that ideal man looks like. What people don't know about you? What's the bad side of Bonna? What that look like? The bad
side? Oh, I'm clingy.
Okay.
I'm clingy, but like I'm healthily clingy. Like, I give you your space, right? Yeah. But I want to be in your skin. If we be honest, if you're gonna allow it and you open that space for me, I want to be in your skin. But respectfully, you got shit to do, but communicate it, right? Like,
for sure.
You got stuff to do. Do your thing. Like, if you got to work a long shift, do your thing. Come back. I'm gonna be here. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. So I'm not gonna be naive and say I'm perfect, because I know I'm not perfect. Especially with my mental health journey. It's caused me to be reclusive. It's caused me to like shut down. It's caused me to apologize more than I need to, because I want to, like, it's almost like people pleasing. Like, I've always wanted to be like, if something's wrong, I want to fix it. Right?
Yeah.
But, and again, I don't necessarily think that's bad, but I think that can weigh a little heavy on people.
Do you have patience in that process? That's what I had to learn too.
For sure. I mean, I
because like,
have
for
patience.
instance, in the marriage, these things still arise and they still come. And I've had to learn that, like, okay, if my wife is mad at me about something, if I violate, right, she's gonna be mad for however long she's mad, and I can't change that. I can't be like, hey, let's fix it. No, let her have her time. Yeah. Apologize.
You gotta also understand what y'all need.
But you gotta stand in that fire a little bit.
For sure, but you got to know what y'all need to work through that space and navigate like how y'all are gonna solve.
For sure,
solve y'all problems. So
like,
what was your question?
You answered a little bit.
Okay, for sure.
But you can tell me what the ideal man looks like.
Here we go. Is this a commercial?
Yeah,
like
I mean, put it out there in the universe.
I'm joking. Because I feel like I don't need. Right, I'm not lacking in this space at all. So this is not that. I know someone who is literally the prototype.
Oh wow, okay.
But I'm being quite honest.
Does he know?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Because it's a respect thing. Like I'm a very vocal person. Like I'm gonna let you know. Like, and even if it is platonic, if you're a beautiful human, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not weird like that. I'm not on no weird like underlining like, oh, this is a little seed I'm trying to plant or a breadcrumb, because I can do that. I'm a big sag when it comes to that. But I'm not on that. Like, if I truly appreciate you, I'm gonna speak to that. But going back to the point, ideally there is so much that I can say, but if I'm gonna be respectful of time and energy and what I'm actually trying to protect and grow and attract,
You want to skip that question?
Man, I don't want to skip it because I really want to be intentional with how I answer.
Question. I mean, we ain't gotta dive into that. I can pivot.
It's cool. Like, if I, in short though, just
they know who they are.
Man, they know who they are. They know who they are, and I'm gonna just leave it at like, for one, I want a man who is respectable, who is spiritual, who's intentional.
That's good.
Who is going to allow me to be a helpmate. You know what I mean? And a best friend, a partner, like we in it together. Like, my ideal person looks like somebody who operates in a space of like abundance. Yeah. You know, they want to see us thrive. We leaving 100%. A legacy. We not living in this matrix. We got a whole nother life we building outside of like what this systematic shit look like. Someone who can protect me, keep me safe physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. Somebody who work out. Not gonna hold you. Once you develop a relationship with that gym, and I ain't saying you gotta be no gym rat, because that ain't what I want. I don't want no meathead. I don't want no weirdo. I'm sorry. Respectfully. But definitely somebody who cares about themselves, who's intentional about what they put in their body, who's intentional about who they surround themselves with, somebody who's intentional about, you know, how they treat me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I want a teddy bear. Somebody who is a big ass, like, gonna stand on the front line, but also, you know what I mean? Bring me flowers and like kiss me on my forehead and like the sweet shit, right? I'm a lover girl, okay? If I ain't said it, a lover girl. All right.
Hey, and I'll tell you though, like, you know, for me being in the mirror, you gotta still keep that up. On my end, like on the other side, like 7 years in married, still gotta keep that up.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Still gotta date, still gotta.
And I was just flowers, about to say,
you know what I'm saying, randomly.
Consistency, intentional.
That's what I'm in this season. And I'll be transparent with you. Like, I've had times where I feel short because I'm putting my energy in a certain place, and we had to reground like that. Say, big word right now, consistency. Get back to these things.
Yeah, don't ever stop dating your wife.
Well, it wasn't dating. It's more so of the acts of service and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Consistent in that. Like, run that bath on every Wednesday. Take the kids away.
A married man, guys. You know like, so, you gotta really be. And don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think there's no perfect picture of what that looks like. But the thing about me and what I'm manifesting and what I'm like cultivating, the energy that I'm like wanting to attract. Like, I want it to be a situation, and not a situation. I want it to be a partnership to where we can flow with ease, abundance. Like, if we do have a spat, it's like all right, let's work it on. All right, cool.
And that's the big jam. Yeah. Like I said, me and my wife, we've been together 13 years, maybe 7. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, once we got past and you start adding new elements, family, you know, more kids. My
God.
The podcast, the career, everything else that go around it. Yeah, the plate gets full, but like, y'all got to come back and like reevaluate. Okay, we need to tweak this. We need to tweak that. Let's get more of that.
Evolving, and we're constantly. So you got to think about it like, and I'm using my hands a lot, but it's like when you think about how you're growing with someone, if your partner starts to evolve and then you sitting back, like you can either be pulling them down or like that other person is bringing you up. And so for sure, like 100%. It's a constant. And I said like continue to date, but it's just a constant work.
Yes.
And work is not
you
bad.
You can't forget that.
Put
like,
the work in.
Married, yep. That's it.
Shout out to Gent.
Hey.
Put the work in. Like, period. That's it. Put the work in. And it's a constant effort. It's like what you want to see again. We're mirrors. It's like if you're constantly like neglecting your partner, you're constantly putting other things, you're prioritizing other things, and do you want to like actually see your partner neglect you and put other things before? It's kind of like do what you want your partner to do for you, and not in a tit for tat, but a reciprocal
yes
energy. Like,
yes.
I want to show you this. I want you to feel this. I want you to be loved. I want you to be honored, protected, safe, all of the things. Mm-hmm. So ultimately it's reciprocated. It's like
100%.
Yeah.
That's
it. That's it. Cause I know he's on the way. Like, I don't have, he may already be here, but what I'm saying is on the way to like unionship, right?
Yeah. And while you doing the work, it's
absolutely.
like,
and I'm going to keep doing the work. So I know that like what I'm building internally, emotionally, spiritually, it's got to manifest itself. God would not put me here, give me this heart, give me these morals and values without a person that match that, because I'm too solid. Like, there is no, in my mind, there is no way that I wouldn't be this person and like have all these, have all these things that I desire and just this beautiful outlook on life if somebody's not supposed to match that. And I see it. So it's like, if you can see it, make it happen. And it's going to happen. You have to align yourself with that so that you can ultimately attract the person that you want. And I know it's coming. It's just, I'm working through so much deep shit right now. Mm-hmm. And this is not like a justification of why I'm single or why I'm like, not dating. But it's just, there's so much work that I need to do. And not to say that I can't do it with a partner, because I ain't gonna lie. I want to be doing this work right now with a partner. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna hold you, because there's some stuff that like, in partnership, when two or more are gathered, yes. That whole thing, if we're gonna go religion, it just shifts the energy and it makes it more intense. You can manifest easier. You can literally change the trajectory of your life. And you have each other to lean on. You know what I'm saying? So that's really ultimately what I know for a fact, that I was put on this earth to have a beautiful union and family. So I know it's gonna happen.
Yes.
I'm patient in that way. Like, do I still have moments where I'm just like, all right, God, what we doing? But I'm also like, I trust you, but like, what's up? Because I know I'm seeing these things and I'm feeling these things and I'm connecting with people and I'm seeing the things that like, ooh, yeah, like that. Don't like that. So like when I meet my person, I know he's going to be him. And he's him, but it's just not. All right, stop talking about it. Hey, how did we get here? We're supposed to be talking about purpose lead. I thought we was talking about purpose lead. Like, what? I don't even know what's happening. But anywho, I ain't gonna let you. Kind of stressing me. Oh, I'm really getting hot, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna get y'all the hot seat.
I ain't gonna hold you. It was beautiful, and I'm grateful that you asked me that, because again, I'm intentional and I'm verbally manifesting what I want. So I know it's coming.
Yes.
But I'm not finna get up out of here.
You did good. You swim right. So we'll ease it off a little bit. Okay. We'll land the plane a little bit. All right. Give me before you do that. I feel like people don't ask you that already. What's your favorite food? It's something light. We came off the deep shit. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite food?
I have completely disconnected from food. So favorite food?
None.
No, I'm not gonna say that, because I do got a favorite food. I'm a foodie.
Okay.
But I've detached from like what food means to me, so I'm not like so fixated on like I need this to.
Oh, got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm a super health conscious person, so I love like fruits and vegetables, and I'm not just saying that because I'm like in the gym or whatever. But like my favorite food, if I could have it every day, and I'm gonna give you the whole meal: salmon, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, cabbage and kale, like. That is my all-star. Like, if you tell me I can't have nothing else for the rest of my life, I'm going to choose that outside of fruits and vegetables, because I hope that's going to automatically be included. But that's my all-star plate. I love Mexican and I love pizza. But if we talking about my favorite, that's it.
That's it right there.
And I know how to cook it to where it's going to be good every time. I'm not ever not satisfied. Like, it's going to be,
That's fine.
So that's my favorite.
That's fine. Give me your top 2 favorite movies.
Step Brothers, that's all time number 1. I love Step Brothers. I love like Step Brothers carried me through a season. Like, I was so young, and like up until adulthood, I was still watching the movie, and I'm now like obviously I can cut it on. It's one of those comfort movies where I can just cut it on. I know all the words. Like, I love Step Brothers so much. It's such dry humor, and I love it. But I'm also a lover girl, so I gotta go rom-com. It's so many. I may not even be able to do rom-com.
Just give me one. They ain't got to be the soul one, but just give me one that's like,
okay, if we're going to go Step Brothers.
Don't cost thing.
Oh, no.
You You don't like that one?
I ain't gonna say I don't like it, but that wasn't it for me. Okay, let's go.
Tell me you love basketball type shit.
And I was about to say no, because as I've gotten older, I've changed the way I felt about all of that shit. For real, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna just say Crazy Rich Asians because I just watched that movie and I realized how much I love that movie. It's super like, it's the cliche movie about like finding love and like, they're Asian, so they were like culturally different. It was just a lot. But I literally just watched that movie, so that's why I gave you that one, because it's a quick rom-com. But like, it's so many. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not like, I don't sit and watch TV all day, but if we gonna go movies, like, I love movies because I'm really an action movie girly. So like Transformers, Fast and the Furious, that's me. Like Equalizer, like I'm that. Taken, like literally all the action-packed movies. I don't like scary movies though. But Step Brothers and just for time's sake, don't judge me, Crazy Rich Asians. Just because like that's the first thing that came to mind.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a better question than asking. This is my final question to you. Or do you have anything you want to ask me before I ask you a final question?
I had a question. Because I've been doing my research. No, I really enjoyed watching your growth because I've been watching like for quite some time now. But I think,
and I'm gonna get you out of here. I ain't
we cool. What is your inspiration behind Lost in the Sauce podcast? Because I know that you connect with a lot of different, because it's very similar. We're like-minded, so obviously we connected in that way. But when you think about your intentionality behind like who you connect with and who you interview, like what is your sole purpose of like why you created Lost in the Sauce? Because Lost in the Sauce is such a, I love it, right? But it's like, what does that mean? Like, let's talk about that for just a split second.
So Lost in the Sauce, at first the concept with this became like just a free-formed platform where you can just kind of talk about anything, say whatever. Yeah. But then I felt like such a void was left in the music scene here in the city. And I had so many friends that I just grew up with that made music that even inspired me to pour into myself and do what I do. People like Chuck, Brian Brown, it was Ron Obasi at the time. He was super heavy. Tim Gent, as I grew with him over the years, like so on and so forth. I mean, there's so many talented artists here. So many. And I just seen, in my opinion, such a lack of proper coverage. I wanted to provide that. So Lost in the Sauce started from that place, but then it evolved into what it is now. And Lost in the Sauce also inspired Out East Network. So that's the network.
Got you.
That's
so go hands in hand.
everything that's under Out East Network. Is my show is Pressman Coverage, which is the sports show. Yep. But I'm building something that is just culturally sound. Out East is where I'm from. Period. You know what I'm saying? Grew up, born and raised.
Period. It's so funny. We from the same hood and never knew each other. It's okay.
See, I went to Maplewood.
Okay. I went to NSA, but still, like, I've been Out East my whole life.
I had some girlfriends at NSA back in the day.
Girlfriends is crazy. Okay.
Some little teens back in
I ain't gonna lie, I loved NSA. Best decision I ever made in my life. Like, if I didn't go there, like, I don't even know who I would be.
Y'all was lit. Y'all had all the dancing classes and stuff. Y'all was so like artsy. Y'all could just
what do you think my talent was? Or my art?
I feel like you did some type of dance.
I mean, I did venture, but that wasn't what I got accepted for.
Did you do like cello?
I did theater.
You did theater?
I really got accepted into NSA for theater, and then I segued into like music theater, and then dance, African dance, and like, yeah. But
that's tight.
That's tight. But no, back to.
Well, I'll get back to me. Would you plan on doing any acting?
That's so funny. I want to do voice acting. Like, I want to. A lot of people say like I need to do something with my voice, and I know, I'm connected in that way to where I know like there are certain things that I feel connected to as far as my purpose goes. But I want to do like an animated situation. I want to do. I really want to do meditations, but that's a whole nother thing. That's not acting. That's really not acting. But when I think about my voice, but I do want to do voice acting. Do I want to do acting like getting in front of the camera and like portraying a different life and like maybe not.
Cool on that, but I'm cool in different ways. I got you.
Now I've tapped into some other things that speak to me more. But yeah.
Tight.
But Out East, baby. Like, I've been Out East my whole life, and it's so crazy. But
what side are you from?
All east. Like literally, I grew up in Shepherdwood, and then I moved to like east, like behind Haynes. Yeah. Well, I wasn't behind Haynes. I was like in front of Haynes, but whatever in that area. But just all up and through there. Like not even that's where I lived, but I was just literally. I was in
Inglewood.
Okay.
So grew up down the street from Chuck. My parents, they still live in the same house today. Wow. Well, they rebuilt their house, but
that's
still live in the same location.
That. Keep it.
So and I used to kind of like roam through this shit a little bit.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
up towards like Madison, I ain't want to really and shit.
Start claiming hoods or nothing
because Margaret Maddox East.
Yeah, you know what I'm not a hood claimer. I'm from out east because I know a lot of people be like, you ain't from out east because you wasn't
here, and it's like,
I'm like, baby, hey, we was out east. Like, what do you want me to say? I was northeast. Like,
hey, man.
I don't know, whatever. Out east, baby, for sure. So whatever.
No, that's tight though. But yeah, that's But yeah, man, the whole out east thing to me it just stands out for culture. It's culture. For sure. All the platforms that I'm building or collaborating with, it's culture. You know what I'm saying? The sports show is my favorite team. It's the Titans. It's about the Titans.
Yeah.
But we got different avenues that we building, and it's gonna point in those things. And to me, like we making Titans fly. Like we doing that. Like
absolutely.
Nobody want to root for us. We suck right now.
But that's okay. You standing 10 toes behind your team, and I fuck with that. I love that. I love that. And I love. For me, I love. My inspiration and admiration for humans come from like seeing them light up off of their thing. And I think that's, I mean, no pun intended, like light up and like purpose lit and all of the things. It's like when I see people really locked in and pouring into themselves and their goals, like it literally makes me so happy. Like even just because I watched the episode when you said that like you like the sports more, but it's like I love that you like that because it gives you something to like pour into. And the Lost in the Sauce ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be here. You know what I mean? It's just like that's your baby. Like you've developed a new love and not new because it's been around sports, but being able to cultivate it in a way to now it's a business, right? So like I love that. But that's, you inspire me for sure. Like I've definitely been inspired on so many different avenues. Like I just love being inspired by people who are pouring into themselves and doing the work and also like connecting with other people. It's hard as hell talking to people. No, I'm socially awkward like a monster. But like I'm stepping into that like self-awareness and I'm not really focused on that. And I don't like to speak to so many like characteristics. I try to be mindful of my language. I'm not socially awkward, but I've had moments that make me feel socially awkward, you know?
I think that's normal. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen you get up and speak in front of people and you do a great job. So
thank you. I've been honestly, and we can find this, full circle moment, whatever. But I have literally, and I'll speak to this a lot. I'm doing a documentary about my mental health journey. But I've literally been in a space this season of my life where I wanted to shy away from the camera so bad. I wanted to get behind the scenes. I wanted Purposely to be faceless, nameless. Like I didn't even want to be a part of it for real. I just wanted it to, be on its own. This year alone, I have been put in so many spaces and places that cause me to be forward facing. And I'm like, why? I'm like running away from it at this point. Like even after doing the podcast, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. But I actually do. It was just, I don't want to do it because it's so saturated. But whatever, that's another thing. But I have literally been, hey, can you host this? Hey, can you come? And I'm like, why do y'all want me to host? And then, obviously I had to bring myself down to like humility. Like, why are people asking you to do this? What does that say about you? Because it goes back to the fitness journey. It's like when people are seeing a certain version of myself that I'm not even seeing, it's like, hold up. Y'all want me to host something? Y'all want me to... All right, what is it about me that you like, you connect with? Okay, cool. Now I need to work on that version of myself because that's obviously where God is trying to put me, right?
Yes.
Like, keep putting me in a season where I'm going through the worst things that I've ever gone through in my life. A lot of people don't really know what's going on. I've just been, still pushing, and I'm being asked to do things that literally don't make sense. I was literally in the middle of moving, like a very, very traumatic move. And I had to host the next day.
Wow.
And of course, I could have said no, right? What? Nobody put the gun to my head. But it was just like I feel like it was God's way of saying, like, you can do this. What you're going through is temporary because I'm building something here. Like, I'm trying to show you who you are. Because, like, I don't think you know, and I need you to know. Because that's why I put you here. So, yeah, just to...
that's fine.
Yeah.
I like how you did that, because I was going to ask what's the North Star for you, but I think you just answered it. You know what I'm saying? So.
For sure. For sure. I think I'm learning so much more about myself. And I think as I'm evolving and growing, I'm settling into, and not settling in a negative way, because I know a lot of people like to say settling is so bad, but I think I'm like getting in my own energy and like filling out who I am as a human in this timeline, because I believe in other lives, and I feel like I've lived some lives, and now I'm like in this particular life, I feel like I'm able to really, really get down to who I am and like live for real, right? Yes. I feel like the past versions of me were like trying to survive, and I'm really trying to release that from this timeline, because right now I'm doing a lot of survival mode shit, and I do not like it, right? So I'm really trying to vibrationally get myself to where that's not a thing anymore. So yeah, I'm definitely grounding myself in this space and doing the work to show up as my best self.
Yes,
for sure.
Well, Bonna,
for sure.
I want to thank you, and I want to tell you that you are important to this culture. And all the tests and the trials, they're not by mistake. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. And I know, because, baby, I've been tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So continue going. Don't give up.
Thank you.
Continue doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
And we thank you. Thank you for your contribution to the culture.
Listen, I'm doing what I can.
You're doing your thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Man. My dog.
Yes.
Sauce, for sure.
Yes.
I definitely, I ain't getting up out of here without talking about the merch.
Yes.
So I wore
Let's
it
do it. Hold on.
intentionally.
I want you to give any shout outs. I want you to talk about the merch.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, get it off, man.
Yeah,
you got this camera right here.
Okay, period.
Or
it don't matter wherever I look.
Yes.
Just do the thing. So obviously Purposely has merch. We got all, merch logos, whatever the word logo. But this collection specifically, I partnered with my dog Harold. Shout out to Harold. He's opening up a restaurant, and it's gonna be restaurant lounge vibes. You're not gonna want to like not be there, right? So 52 is the name of the lounge, and so we did a collab collection, and we have 4 different colorways. We have cream, olive green, brown, and charcoal gray. And so the meaning, honestly, just purpose-led, like literally putting the work in, collaborating with somebody who has a meaningful brand and putting it out to the world to show them that, like, you can be lit on purpose and you can also chill and be cool and, like, do the thing. So, yeah, the merch is out, pre-sales, so you can go on the website, purposelit.org. And, yeah, man, shout out to 52. And definitely got to give a shout out to the lab. I think like a part of my journey is to advocate for the things that are healing me and allowing me to really grow. And definitely got to give a shout out to the lab. Obviously, Purpose Lit, it's my baby. Continue to, if you don't know, follow the movement, join Purpose Lit. If you've already subscribed and you've been a part of Purpose Lit, continue to support so many things. Like 2026, if I'm being quite honest, the calendar is already full, from January to December.
That's tight.
So get familiar, get very familiar, tap in. All the creatives and entrepreneurs, like, this is a space for you to really like connect with other like-minded people and, man, show up on purpose, in peace, and just really like put your movement in front and not, I hate the way that I like stumble over my words when it comes to like motivating people to support Purposely, because I feel like it's my brand, baby, so I'm very intentional about how I feel about it. But like, it's just one of those movements that you want to be a part of. Like, if you really give a fuck about your purpose and you on that journey, I think that Purposely will meet you where you are, and that's literally what it's all about. So yeah,
hey,
got that off.
Hey, it's hard now.
Got that off. For sure. Thank you for having me. Like, I think that the fire was only because like I knew how intentional it was, and I knew that we connected in a way to where the people got to hear it, and these are conversations that are needed and not just superficial, shallow, like surface level stuff. So I feel like it was needed, and I'm super, super grateful. Super grateful, because it's a very important time in my life. So so grateful.
Thank you for coming, Bonna. I appreciate you.
Lost in the sauce.
Let's go.
My brother.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Bonna Bae is in the building. Yes, Lord. Do you have
Thank
anybody's
you so much
song?
for having me.
You have anybody's song you want to play to end it off? Any artists in the city?
I mean, you know, I'm a local girl. Like, I love all the artists.
Who you thinking?
So many. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go Tim Gent.
Ooh.
How you feel?
Ooh, I like that.
If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Okay.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, that's what we on.
I like
That's what type of energy I'm on.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, y'all. We finna play that Tim Gent. Shout out my brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
Love you.
Until next time. You know what I mean? Peace.
Thank you so much. So beautiful, so intentional. My heart is